Hello Internet, James Allen from Out of 8, and today I'm playing space colony management game Planetbase. Game features 3 planets you can set up a colony for, so I'll start a new game here. You unlock additional planets by reaching these extremely difficult milestones to reach, which I haven't done yet due to ineptness on my part. So what you can do is you can pick a portion of the planet to land on. I don't know how much of a difference that really makes, so we'll name our base there and start a new game. Alright, so you get the little cutscene of you landing, which you can't skip. While your guy's coming out of the little capsule. So basically what you do is you place buildings. And then all of your colonists and robots will actually go out and automatically do their jobs, which is really nice. So there isn't any micromanagement. Of course, the flip side of that is basically all you're doing is placing buildings and components inside of those buildings. So there isn't really that much to the gameplay. But compare it against other things. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to lay the resource producing structures. So we're going to do a little solar panel, and we'll do a power collector connected to it. And then you have to connect all your structures together. We also need to get a water extractor out, but we'll build a bigger size. When you can change the size using the mouse wheel. And that'll be good for right now. You don't want to queue up too many different things. That's kind of my issue, is that I try to plan out too much at once. Because basically what happens is that they take all these resources around, and then they just kind of get stuck in various places. So it doesn't really work too well when you do that sort of thing. So obviously the solar panels will collect light when it's daytime. They will not collect any energy when it's nighttime. So you also need to put some wind turbines, which will work whenever it's windy. Of course, then when it's night and it's not windy, then you're pretty screwed. And basically what you have to do at that point is have enough of power collector storage to survive the night. So I actually probably need to plant another power collector while I'm at it. I'll make this one a bigger one. There we go. I got my water collector going. And then I also want to build some wind turbines. Build 2. And probably another 2. If I can. There we go. That should be pretty decent. So we'll get that going. And once all this stuff is up, then we'll worry about actually building our base. For the interior structures, you have to build an airlock and thing that generates oxygen. You have water and power being generated over here. And then basically you fulfill the needs of your crew by giving them food, giving them rest, and entertainment options. You also need to grow your own food. You can also mine in these mountainous areas and then turn those resources into goods that you can manufacture. So you can manufacture different medicines and weapons and stuff like that that are needed on your base. So we'll wait until these things finish. You can accelerate time, which is nice. So we'll go to 4x here while we wait for this stuff to finish. And it just did. So now I actually get to building our actual base here. So we'll do our airlock here. And then we'll connect that to an oxygen generator if I can. Oh, come on. You're not going to let me connect it? Seriously. Oh yeah, I gotta link it up. That's probably why. I always forget about that when I'm starting out. There we go. So we'll build a big one. Support more people. We'll link that. So as you can see, everything needs to be linked, which basically just serves as a conduit for all the water and the power. So while they're going there, you have different displays. So here's your base status, all the different humans and bots you have, your current collection resources. If you tap alternate, it'll switch the little indicators up there. You can also do a bunch of charts. You could see your different power, water, and oxygen grids, and all that stuff. So let this go. I should be pretty good on power now with 2 of these things up. There's no oxygen. That's weird, considering this hasn't been built yet. I do need to build some mines. That's actually probably the next thing I'm going to do after this is done. Like I said, you don't really want to give them more than one thing to build at a time because they'll just be very inefficient about it. Okay, build that thing. Again, like I said before, there's no micromanagement here, so they'll automatically build stuff and do their jobs and stuff like that. So it's really pretty nifty there, and that should be good to go now. So let's build this mine. Should probably need to build 2, to be honest. Yeah, so we'll do there, and then we'll connect them. So that'll be next. Alright, so oxygen is flowing. And we'll start building some more stuff in here. We'll do our dorm for sleep. Then we'll need our canteen, but after we get a biodome. So we'll need a biodome, a canteen, a processing plant, all this stuff, basically. So as you see here, there's a decent number of buildings, but not really a lot of different rooms that you can place. So the game does become repetitive where you kind of build the same stuff over and over again. 13 supplies still. So, I mean, basically you start out each game the same every time. And now it's nighttime and I have no wind, so my power supply is slowly dwindling, but I should be okay. In that sense. Alright, let's accelerate and wait for these mines to finish. The worst thing is having partially constructed buildings just sitting there, waiting to be built. Okay, so now we're done there, so let's... Oh, no, it's got to do this. You also have these little, you saw these meteor strikes in the background every once in a while. You have to deal with those. What'll happen is that they'll damage parts of your base, and then you got to repair things, stuff like that. I should recycle it, actually. There you go. Alright, so that's good. Alright, so let's bring this back down. Inside of each room, you can place structures. Now, for the dorm, all you can place is the bunk. So I'm going to build a couple bunks in there. So there they go. They automatically go against the wall. And then there's other structures you can build in other places. So the next thing I need to do is the biodome. I'm going to build... Oh, let me see how many resources I have. I have 19 left. So let's do a biodome here. Let's do a 5. And then I also need the processing plant. There. So connect that. Connect... Oh, there we go, like that. Too many connections coming out of there. And we'll wait for these to finish. A lot of accelerating time in the game. Let's see, what else do I need to build? Got that. I'll need to get the landing pad eventually, just to bring in new colonists. Kind of want to get my base established before I do that, though. You probably need a storage and a lab. So I'll probably go lab, storage, landing pad next. Expensive building. Go ahead and build whenever you guys are ready. Alright, biodome's ready. Wait for the rest of this to go. Little engineer is thirsty. This is my my processing plant, right? Still have to have the canteen. One thing that I wish they did in the interface is show how many buildings of each type. Like, for example, I just didn't remember whether I built a canteen or not. That, you know, would come in handy if you could remember what you built. Alright, so, and then you guys gotta build that. Oxygen this puppy up. Oh, why? I don't know. There you go. It's weird. Alright, so this is going to be next. That's ready to go whenever it's done. So let's add things. We're going to grow food in this one. So you see there's a pretty good number of options here. So we'll grow some radishes, and some onions, and some lettuce, tomatoes. I think that'll be good for right now. And then there's room to add more things into it. Inside my processing plant, I'm going to create bio plastics and then metal from the ore that I'm mining over there in the 2 mines. Place both of those in there. And then once this canteen's up, then we'll put our little eating stuff in there. There we go. So we'll do our meal maker. And a large table and a water fountain. And a TV for entertainment. And that'll be good for that. Alright, so we are pretty good once all this stuff gets put in. And I'm actually really low on resources as it is. So now I need to get my landing pad ready to go, which I don't really have many resources for. Yep, somebody died. I ran out of oxygen. Oh, dehydration. Oh, that's even better. Yeah, looks like I'm going to have a really crappy base here. Oh, looks like they all died. Oh, there you go. Cool. Like I said, I have problems with the management of this game. Awesome. see if it saves it a little bit ago, so I can at least. Oh, this is one of the other bases I did actually. One where not everybody is dead because I built my canteen early enough, but I still have problems in this. So this is just another base that I had that I saved another game. Here I have a trading vessel in here that I'm trading with. This one isn't doing too great either, to be quite honest about it. But you can see, basically it's the same structure as canteen. There's my storage facility. I have another airlock for people to come in and out easier. Dorm, oxygen generator, biodome, processing plant is being built. My power collector, a couple of them, and then all my mines and stuff. So basically it's the same setup, like I said, you kind of build the same stuff every time. In this one I needed a lab and a bar and a control center because eventually you're going to get invaded. So you need to have like armed guards come in and, fend off the invaders, which you need a control center for. When you have your landing pad, you can where's it at? Change what percentage of workers you want on your colony between the workers, biologists, engineers, medics, and guards. So that's kind of cool. You can customize a little bit. And also whether you allow colonist traders or visitors to visit your planet and make money that way. So I just left this stuff right there instead of moving it to my storage facility. So, and there you go. That's basically it. So, I would say that although it's a decent management game, there isn't enough variety for subsequent playthroughs. It's basically the same build every time. It is pretty difficult, as you saw, even though I've played the game a bit. I still made all of my colonists die from dehydration because I was too busy building stuff. There's really a lot of needs you got to worry about right with the initial setup, and then once that goes, then you're pretty good to go. As walk these guys go around. You see they all have their little needs. There's a little robot guy. Can I select them? Probably do it if I take these off. Yeah, there we go. So there's my little engineer. So you can see all of his different needs. Health, nutrition, hydration, oxygen, sleep, and morale. Which you basically just take care of by placing buildings. So although I like not having any micromanagement in the game, that leaves it where you really don't have that much to do other than placing buildings and things inside the building, like the different crops that you need to have. All of this stuff will be taken care of automatically, which means there's really not that much to do other than that. There are a lot of needs that need to be taken care of, but it's pretty straightforward as to which buildings you need to place for those. The interface is okay. I wish it would say how many of each building you have currently constructed on here. That would be really helpful. Just so you don't build repeat things, especially if you load up a game from a couple days ago, you don't really remember what you have built and what you don't, without having to click on every single building that's on here, which is obviously very tedious. So, compared to some other games like Space Colony, which came out with an HD version not too long ago, I'd say this one has less depth and less replay value compared to other games in the genre. And that's all I have for today. Until next time, bye now.